People probably wonder why I don't just drop it all. Why? Because I grew up in a dangerous #cult that people love. And governments are like cults. We all are turning a blind eye because we pay our dues. For this very purpose. So we don't have to look and can turn away. I don't turn away. I'm always looking. Because like on the cult farm I grew up in, people are dying. People turning a blind eye. Not their people / not their problem. Not until literally it affects you. And look at all the criers now. Same thing happened on #the farm. They a non-profit not doing what they were supposed to and then forced to change. Government not doing what they are supposed to. Now forced to change. Maybe. Change is very painful. Ask the farm, they will tell you, it's like a 1,000 divorces in your face all at once. When they finally were forced to change, only the people with money or that were viable to the community could stay. The rest shamed and forced out. Leanna and I forced out just prior. I have learning disabilities and they just were not willing to work with that. And kicked us to the curb. Us driven to the gate by the leader himself. I remember him telling Leanna all the ways she needed to change. Shaming her and I all the way to the gate. The same happens with the homeless here. The police will drive our most vulnerable to the gate / the borders of our town and say, anywhere but here. As the homeless ask where they are to go. All on your tax dollars and kindness. Dropped at the borders with the people you say you love. You care but your government does not. Are you going to march when Trump sweeps all of the homeless away? The farm didn't and still don't. If you are not special, you are not a member. And that's all there is to it. Government and cults are one and the same. So are people, turning a blind eye until it affects their bottom line. I never turn away. I walk straight into the flames in a real way. The farm taught me that. When Charles was alive, a 63-year-old man whose conservator died, was left to the streets. He taken advantage of by the homeless for drugs and the like. The river bottom folk. I helped him finally get housed while Tempe watched him die. Thank you #Hope Outreach for hearing me in his plight. He died 2 months after getting housed. See, he had been dying of colon cancer. #I help not liking to call 911. But I did for him and was shamed, mocked and have been called a liar. Haha, if you all only knew the real truth of the nonprofits you support. He walked himself to the ear and died alone. Me being called because I was his emergency contact. Thank you #Native Connections, you rock. One time a helpers were so bad to him he left the program. I followed and then called Victor. Victor said to me straight up, this is why we don't get involved. Me crying to Victor, why won't you house this dude? Maybe that's why his lady died. No one gets involved. No one gets involved in a personal way when others are suffering in silence. Wake up. Open your eyes.